What's up, everybody? We uh we went ahead and we played down a couple games to get our rating back down so that we weren't provisional. We are still going to gain quite a few rating points um, because of the fact that we've played so few games on this account. But I think that this is going to be a uh, better starting place for a lot of people who, if you start a new account on Lichess, you're at 1500. So um, I think right now we're just under 1500. Worked it down, so we're gonna go ahead and get into the speed run, or not a speed run, just a road to 2400 rather. Um, I'm hoping that it's not going to be too difficult, but at the same time, I also expect to have to learn some things myself. So um, just setting up my stream real quick, getting my notes here, and we are off. All right. Yep, we're at 1492. Um, our opponents are going to play pretty quick. They're going to play um, pretty pretty goofy kind of in the beginning, but that'll be fine. It's supposed to be learning, so um, he's got a couple pieces developed, which is good. He's beaten me in development. That's that's an interesting move. It looks like I could just take that. Okay. So now I have I could probably pick this up. This also looks like it's semi-free. I have thoughts of this. Okay, so that's good, but this kind of unless this is a gambit that I'm not aware of. Um, that's 3 pawns. 3 pawns for the taking. So yeah, our queen is getting attacked over and over and over again, so we're just moving it to better spots, and in this case I'm just picking up as much material as I can along the way. Always remember that when you attack, that when you're attacking, you should always think about what your opponent's going to move in order to kind of parry the threat. So we can actually take a look at that. Couple moves in a row they threatened. So here they're not really threatening to take the knight because I can take back. I'm okay with allowing the pin because I'm going to develop my bishop anyway. That's threatening a central pawn. That's actually threatening to push the pawn forward, but we can either move the bishop out or we could just take, and so I ended up taking because it gets tempo. This is called a tempo on the knight. So now it's attacking the knight, and the knight has to move. I thought they might play this move, knight to e5, getting their knight in, kind of nestled. They wouldn't have been bad, but at the same time, they didn't play that. They moved back by moving back to this square. You're blocking in your queen here from protecting your pawn, and I saw that you always got to think about that as well as when you make moves. What are you strengthening and what are you weakening? So in this case, this move backwards with the knight weakened this pawn, so we went ahead and took it. They make another threat on the queen, but again, this pawn is hanging, it's not defended, so we went ahead and took this pawn. They're defending their rook, which is good. However, their king is a little bit exposed. I can see about trying to take away this defender. I don't want to get my queen trapped, though, so a move like this kind of traps the queen. I'm thinking about if they do this. So let's just think about this. So let's say it's my opponent's turn. We're going to go ahead and play. They're going to play c3 to trap the queen. Yeah, it's kind of just stuck there, and I don't really like that position. I might do something like this, but then just dropping the the bishop back protects it. So also I was thinking about moves like this to attack the king for a check to kind of stop this kind of development. But then they have this move, which again kind of blocks. It protects the rook with the queen. It's not really doing too much. The only benefit to bringing the bishop out is that it frees me up to castle. So keeping that all in mind, I think that what I'm going to do, or we also have this move, which is interesting. It attacks the bishop. It also stops this threat of bringing the pawn up. I don't know. I think that the best is probably just to move the queen out of there for now, and keep it on this diagonal. Thinking about moves like if I move here, bishop here, it's kind of annoying. Because then queen moves. Oh, I guess queen moves. I can protect the knight. Yeah, I guess I can do that. I'm going to do this. Yeah, so I have ideas of just undermining the knight, the protection on the rook. Yeah, move like this is probably met with bringing the bishop out and then castling. Yeah, I saw this. Okay, so I could go here. Okay, so if I go here, I'm getting, well, I don't have the square because the knight's here, so it's probably not for the best. So I do want to protect the knight because I want to avoid this pawn takes. So the question is, do I move here or move here? If I move here, not really too many threats. Here, there's not really too many threats. Well, you can move back. All right, so to avoid the repetition, I guess, let's go here. So what he should do is get his bishop developed. Probably not to that square. He should probably go here, get castled, get this knight developed here or here. What I need to do... Okay, so that was... The reason that I said not here is because of this. The bishop's just hanging. And it stops the king from castling. So this is just a free bishop. Whenever you see something like this, just remember to always take a look to see what pieces of your opponents are defended and which are not. So the opponent's down a bishop and 3 pawns now. Okay, so now he brings out the knight. I'm going to pin that knight. Again, I'm developing, so I'm attacking and I'm defending at the same time. So I'm attacking this knight. I'm defending the queen from being captured because the knight is pinned. So I'm developing, I'm attacking, and I'm defending my bishop or my queen at the same time. And those are important motifs, is to try to maintain your positions. Try to maintain your control over the board, and making sure that your piece movement it's not just random movements. So he's threatening the queen here. We're down to halftime, but it's fine. He's threatening the queen here. So if it was his move, he would take. I would take with check. He'd take back. So I'm thinking if there's I'm thinking about whether or not I should just defend my queen and allow this trade. Or if I should take. Because now the knight's not pinned, so the knight can take the queen. But I am thinking of other moves now. Why are you don't add time. Just letting them know that I'm taking my time on purpose. Yeah, I kind of want to, like, I could I could develop my bishop now. I don't know. Probably taking this is probably for the best. Takes. Then if he takes with the queen, I'm going to move my knight over here and attack the queen. That gives me an opportunity to save this pawn in the corner. If he takes with the bishop, then I might still attack forward. And if he takes, then I'll just use that. I'm going to be up a piece. And I think that my extra piece is going to be worth it. So we're attacking the queen, like I said. Some shameless plugging. Yeah, so that's a good move. He's attacking this pawn twice now. This bishop is not quite loose, but my rook is more loose. So this pawn's almost undefendable. I could do this, and if takes, then what do I have? I'm sure I have something. Probably this move. Just get my pieces developed. I don't want to fall behind in development, or on time for that matter. So a move like this is fine. He's then pinned his bishop. Okay, that's an interesting move. Okay. Let's go ahead and develop. Again, development is key here. We definitely need to be developing. I think moves like this and castling is probably going to be for the best. I could place something like this as well to protect the pawn, to protect this pawn, but I'm really not worried. So now he's going after this pawn, but I feel like, oh no, this is an interesting move. Okay, so wait. So takes back. And the question is, how do I defend both the queen and the pawn? I really can't. So for that reason, I should probably go ahead and protect this pawn. Okay, so that's a good move. So now I'm thinking of moves like here and here to force the king to move. If the king goes here, then I have this fork. Well, not really, I guess. All right, we're down a little bit on time, so okay. So yeah, so now let's say, yeah, I think I should just push. Oh, you know what? I just blundered this knight. I can't take back because of that, yeah. That's a good move. Good find by my my opponent. I don't really want to move. Let's do this. I'm not threatening to take the rook, but I am threatening to pin it. So now this, and then queen takes is probably going to be best. And then probably queen back. Yep. It's important for him to take the rook first. Yep. And then, yep. And then we're going to defend. We're going to try to defend him both. What's up, Lils? I'm streaming.
Okay.
So he's going to pick up this one, which is fine.
Yeah. Is the 4th May?
The 4th.
Like the 4th month?
Yes.
Okay.
So I'm going to go here. He's going to pick up this, but that's fine. I'm not too worried. I'm going to have a pawn. He's going to have a pawn for the exchange. So I just want to get my rook active.
I was going to say it's either here or this day.
Okay. You're supposed to be in bed, Lils. Go. Alright, so check. Alright, I think that's the last check that he has in the position. His knight is hanging. His queen is interestingly placed. Okay, so we're just gonna... Yeah. We're just gonna protect the pawn. I'd like to get my my queen to dark square. That way I have some control over the dark squares. Yeah, he's got this move. Yeah, I feel like my opponent is kind of not losing the thread, just kind of maneuvering weirdly. Okay. Mod lurk. Thank you, Mod. Appreciate that. He's lurking. So now I have thoughts of like check and over here to pick up the knight. Check if here. Okay, so he's going to prevent that. So I'm still thinking of moves like this, which I'm probably going to play. Now here. Here. Okay, so let's just think about this. Here, check. This is the only square. Check. Okay, so he decided to go this way. This is okay, I guess. Best is to block with the knight. And then I think I should just be able to do this and pull the king away from protection. Picking up the knight. There we go. And then from here, I'm looking at check. And then check. And then... Yeah, I'm not sure. Do I have a mate here? I feel like I do, but I'm not sure. So let's go check. Check. Oh, it goes here. Okay. We'll go here. Check. Not allowing him the space. Kind of getting him over to the side of the board. That's a check. Just kind of routing him over here. To this side. Now let's see if we can go for a... We can't really go for a queen trade. 44 seconds. If he takes, I'm going to push this pawn too. Okay, so he doesn't take. Yeah, he's making it a little bit more difficult. so he did go for that. That's fine. $22 seconds. I'm not even sure if I have a mate here. I know I do somewhere. Let's do this. I think this leads to mate. Okay. I just want to trade off queens now, I think. Five seconds left. Don't know if I'm going to be able to do it. Yeah, I think we got it. There you go. 4 seconds left. Oof. It was a good run. It was a good run. From a 1500 opponent, that was great. Throw him a well played in there. He wants to rematch, but I'm only gonna allow rematches from followers. So if he throws us a follow, that'd be nice. That'd be nice of him. Otherwise, we're just gonna go ahead. Sawa. Pucking. Is that you? Pucking right? Is that you in the that I'm playing against? Sawa? Oh, you're a different person. Oh, okay. All right. Well, not a problem. What do you rated Pucking? We're doing a run to 2400. It was a poorly game go away. Okay, not a problem. All right. 1920. That's pretty respectable. That's pretty good. Yeah, but I haven't played online. Yeah, same here. All right, we're gonna take a quick look at this one. I don't know what this was. I felt like we played way too long in the beginning. Holy. We thought for 3 minutes there, 3.5 minutes. 1900 CFC Classical. I am not classically rated as high because I haven't done as many tournaments. It's a shame. Our opponent played well. I mean, besides that, he really started to pick up the pace and played really well. Yeah, I blundered there. It was not good. Yeah. Well, so wait, I blundered here too somewhere. So this move blunders. Oh, blunders the rook in the corner. Yeah. Yeah, that's a good point. That's a good point. That's a good point. Yeah, and I could have played this better. Way better. And the opponent got in time trouble. Yeah, that drops the knight. Yeah, okay, not a problem. All right. So we're gonna try not to take as much time in the opening as I have been. I'm usually a d4 player. I'm gonna go ahead and start playing some e4. We're back up above 1500 now, which is nice. I'm gonna play the Italian. He's playing quickly. Played super quick. Got those moves out. Blitzed them out. Yep. Okay. Yeah, we've been seeing this move more often. I think that this is like the Guccio Piano. I think it's called a Guccio Piano. Queen's Gambit d4 or something else. Yeah, or something I say. Yeah, I play d4 most often. But I play e5 because I really need to start broadening my horizons a bit. Do I really want to play this right now? I guess I'll play this. I have the tempo. And then I'm just going to castle. There we go. Okay, so he's not threatening the castle because I block these squares, but he might be thinking about playing this move. Then he still can't castle. But if he plays, so if he plays this, I take, he takes. I guess this makes sense to throw in here. Let's do this. On this, I take, and he can't take because it's pinned. I need to develop my pieces now. Get them out. Okay, so now he's targeting this twice. Yeah. Should I just push this? Yeah, I'm letting him get control of this right here. I've got two pieces defending this pawn. I'm not too worried about it. My bishop is placed nicely. Is he threatening anything here? Not really. I'm just going to develop my pieces. Just need to develop. Oh, you normally continue with d4. Okay, so let's go back. So here, d4? Okay, so, okay. Like this. Or like this. Okay. Now, no, I don't normally continue with d4. I bet d4 is probably a move, and we'll take a look at it after the game. I played d4 there because it made sense. I just wanted it to win. Then on move 9, you said that a4 is correct. Oh, just oh, a4. Okay, that's an idea. All right, pinning the knight. Now this pawn is kind of attacked. So we're just going to defend it and also develop a piece. I should probably jettison this pawn at some point. So I was thinking that he should probably just take here. Now I'm thinking like here. Yeah, I still don't want this knight to get this square. That's the thing. I don't want the knight to fall on to e5. I like it being right here, kind of out in the middle of nowhere. Maybe a4 here.
I should probably go ahead and move my... So now if he castles long, I'm gonna probably bring my bishop back. Let's just do this. If a4 was an idea before, then I'll play a4 now. The reason is knight a5 to give your bishop a2. Yeah, I'm not really worried about the bishop being attacked, though. Okay, so now I have ideas of this. I'd like to trade this. If he takes the knight has to move. There's a couple of different looks like there might be a couple of different discoveries. I don't know if they're any good, but it just feels like I'm ahead in development, so why not? Okay. So now I'm just immediately seeing this move, which is check. Wonder if there's anything better. That's an evil move. It's evil because the king actually has to move. Not really a way to defend it. So that in mind, I should probably... I'm okay with this knight kind of being here. It's not really attacking anything. What I might do is I might bring my queen over here to threaten taking twice here, but also to get unpinned from this knight. He does it anyway. Okay. I hung this square for the knight. I don't know. Maybe not. Oh, okay, so he doesn't see it, or he doesn't go for it at least. Okay, so okay. Okay, so now I'm starting to think about this move right here. This is an interesting move. If pawn forward takes queen moves, then I could just take again. So you really don't want to do that too much, but at the same time I also have this file for my rook as well. This bishop is loose as well, so there's maybe some tactics there as well. So like here, with the queen, then here maybe. Not really threatening anything, that's the thing. And this pawn is hanging. So this might be the better move then. I'm not really threatening anything immediately. I gotta start moving faster. He does have this move. Yeah, he does have this move. Yeah. Okay, so we're gonna do this. We're just gonna kind of bolster. I'm hoping that this is a good threat. Threatening this pawn. Castles. Castles is possible. Castles is not good, but it is possible. Oh no, it's not possible. That's evil. Okay. That's a really good move, believe it or not. But it fails. Let's see why it fails. It fails because it looks like I'm hanging mate, but I'm not. the bishop comes back to protect. So, no, it's very illegal. Yes, yes. So now from here, it's just a matter of picking up some pawns. And how I want to do that. I should have probably picked this pawn up while I had the chance. Do I have this move? I believe I do. I believe that the only move is to push the pawn forward. Go here. So that hangs the queen because of the fork. Always play bishop f1. So here, yeah. He's playing all the good all the right moves for 1500. So, I mean, you can't fault him. That was a good game. All right, so let's just go back to the analysis board real quick. We'll do a quick rundown. Okay, so this is all typical. Oh, okay. This is the boy variation, bishop. Okay, I'm sure there's another name for it. Okay, yeah, so we played this right. And then h3 to stop the pin on the knight. Yeah. Okay. So we're up 2 pawns, 2-pawn advantage. Yeah, I thought about pushing d5. Yep. I thought this was good. I guess this isn't not as good. But the idea is that I thought yeah, I hung the yeah. Takes, then yeah. Yep. I know. This was the better idea. I just gotta take a little bit more time in the opening. It's not a blunder. It's like a questionable, I guess. What is the idea here? What does it want? What does it want me to do here? What am I threatening? I'm not threatening anything. Oh, I guess I am threatening here and then here. Maybe. Interesting. Yeah, questionable. Yeah, it's a blunder because of the fact that I can save the mate. Yeah, and I should just take it upon. I know that. That's questionable? Why is this questionable? Does this lead to a mate? It's a mate in 2. Oh my god. This is the stuff that you'll pick up. This is a mate in 2 if you can see it. Here, and then the king only has this square is taken by the bishop. These squares are all taken by the queen. So there's only one move in the position, which is king back. And then in that position, I have this queen to e8 mate because the king has no squares. Is this a dovetail mate? I think this is a dovetail mate. Yeah, just to put that on the board for you. This is the only move. That's a pretty sick mate. Yep. The computer sees a lot of what you don't see. All right, on to the next one. All right. Another queen pawn opening. Okay. I like it. I'm going to play this move. We're just going to play solid. We're playing against the London opening. This is the main idea. I will take. Okay, now I got to start. I got to develop on this side of the board, and I'd like to castle on this side as well. if I can get a chance to. So, how does that begin? Or I don't want to castle kingside, I don't think. London. Yeah, it's playing against the London. So if I play this move, I have a feeling this is incoming, right? Maybe with the knight instead of the bishop. And then takes, despite it. Let's do this. Why not? Got some pawns on light squares. Got some pawns on dark squares. We'll do this. Go ahead and get our... Where does our knight want to be? Does our knight want to be here or here? Probably here. That way I can push c4 at some point, right? Sure, why not? And now... I guess now is the time to push c4. And then this, and then this. I know that the queen often goes to c7. That's a weird move. Okay, so he's got double pawns here, and he's saying that he's okay with double pawns here. Let's do it. I mean, yeah. Okay, now I'm seeing that this pawn is a little weak. This pawn's a little weak. This pawn's a little weak. If here, then maybe push, or maybe castles, actually. Let's do this, and then I'm anticipating this, and then I'm going to long castle with my rook here. I can think about making pushes like this, because this pawn is weak then. So takes, yeah. Let's do this, and with the idea that I'm eventually going to push this pawn. And then I need to get my dark squared bishop moving as well. Okay. So let's just think about this. D4, E takes D. Oh, I don't really want it. Well, I guess I could do this temporarily. Tonight on 60 Minutes. All right. This pawn is still weak. There's not really a way to attack it. Feel like he's consolidating. Maybe something like this, and then putting my queen here, or my bishop here. That might be okay. But then he's got moves like this. He's kind of like he hasn't picked a side for his king either. That's the other thing. It's like just really weird. I think that this is pretty flexible. I'm thinking of things like this. His king and his queen are in the middle of the board. I wanna do stuff like this. Okay. Yeah, it doesn't really prevent what I was thinking. Yeah, now I'm starting to really like this idea now. Because now I have, yeah, this is seeing much more. So I've got one rook on an open file. Yeah. Again, this pawn over here is pretty weak. He's got to see about defending that. This pawn is... I'm okay. I'm up a pawn. Or, am I up a pawn? 4, 7, 6. So, no, technically he's up a pawn. But it's so temporary because I'm fixing to do that. So... Okay, so now he castles... Why? Wow. Wow. Okay, what's the move, guys? What's the move? Long castles despite me. Long castles despite. And then immediately runs into this tactic. So, yeah. Okay. I think we should just... Should I consolidate? Should I just play something like this? I know that's boring. It's boring as all get up, but... So let's... we have 5 minutes, so we can also think about it a little bit. So let's say takes... Oh, he doesn't even have this take. I just saw that. So takes, the queen comes here for check and picks up the rook. That's mean. Okay. I don't know where he's going with the knight. Je ne sais pas. Okay, I'm gonna leave the piece hanging for kicks and shiggles. Gicks and shiggles. Yep. Oh. He's gonna put it here, I guess. Yep. And I'm gonna do this. I would normally take with the queen, but I like the idea of leaving this tactic open for him to fall into it. Again, there's no threat. He has no threat in the position. Because he now doesn't have his rooks connected, that leaves it open for the same tactic that we had before, because now he's on the... It's not defended. So we're gonna go ahead and pick up that rook and mate. All right, that's a good game. I'm always lost at what to do against the London. That's the other thing. So I had 1 inaccuracy, 0 mistake, 0 blunders. That's good. I mean, besides the inaccuracy, obviously. But so let's go through it. Okay, so this is the Indian defense. Let's go ahead and turn on the evaluation. Yeah, I know that that's a move. I also know that this is a move. Is this 100% for black or 100% for white? Is it 100% for black? Wait. Oh, it's 100% drawn. Okay. Never mind. Okay, so it's 100% drawn. These always lead to drawn endgames, I guess. Or yeah, that's... Nobody plays? What is going on? What do you mean? I guess everybody plays this. Yeah. And then if this, now go back and this. Okay. Interesting. It's a nice evaluation. Okay, so in this position, and we'll try to learn a little bit along the way for the London. This is the move order, and then I know that this is bringing out the second knight, the triangle, trading off the bishops, or attempting to. And then this is known as the London bishop. And then, yeah, this is... Now it's saying that I should trade. That's weird. Okay. We gotta... Just trying to... Not exactly trying to memorize the lines, just trying to... embed the ideas in my brain. So white just doesn't... This is... I know this isn't really main line, but this is, like, the general gist of what I'm looking for. So, alright. Alright, so that's another good game. Let's go back. We're up to 1539. We're going to play e4. If you're watching and you appreciate it, please give me a follow. I'm almost to... I think I just hit 31, so All right. We're going to do the same kind of Italian game setup. I think that this is more prevalent to bring this knight out. I've also seen, like, this is the... I forgot what this is called. It's not called the Jabava London. It's called something else, but I can't remember what it is. Okay, so he's brought his knight out to protect against this pawn, which is okay. Okay, so yeah, he's played this move preemptively. I haven't even gotten my bishop free, and he's already tackling this side of the board. Yeah, that's fine. I think we should just develop normally. I think d4 is fine here. Unless I'm missing something, just threatening to go d5. Yep, we'll just do that. Oh, he takes. Okay. Okay. The reason that I like playing e4 openings is because they have a tendency to lead to positions that are super, super tactical and super sharp for white. So, for instance, I'm already thinking about moves like e5, and when the knight moves, again, then just going forward with the pawn. But it doesn't work because I'd like to... Okay. Yeah. This is really tempting stuff. Because that bishop does not want to be there. That bishop does not want to be there. So now I'm thinking about moves like this. Bringing it out and going queenside. And mounting an attack that way. Let's think about this. So what about... Yeah, I don't know. I like this move. Castling queenside seems the most legitimate. Lines up this battery. This bishop is still hemmed in. This rook is still hemmed in. King is still not castled. Going for an attack here for black would be mind-blowingly silly. Okay, so he's got that's a reasonable move now. I do have thoughts now of again pushing. So whenever you're going to castle opposite, it's going to be a very, very, very attacking game. So by castling here, castling long, I'm inviting this fight. Like, I'm going to play on this side and you're going to play on this side. But my opponent has, like, he's got pieces hemmed in over here that he hasn't even gotten to yet. So by castling, I'm delaying the attack just one move. But it could be huge. Okay. Again, okay. So now I've got this double. I'm looking at this twice now. Okay. So the question is, if am I threatening anything? Yes, technically. I'm threatening all kinds of stuff. I think that I know that this probably can't be sound, but at the same time, it looks really good. Like, there's a lot of questions that I'm asking of black that I'm not sure if he'll be able to answer. Yeah, so we're just going to make normal moves, I think. I like this move. And then this move. So if we go back just one move, I thought about doing this and then bringing the rook over, but I didn't like the fact that the bishop could come here. So now I've kind of not allowed that by putting a pawn there instead. He's not threatening to take this at all because of my... But I do like the idea of taking it. Because now I can... Now my knight's in the game. Now I'm threatening things like this with the discovery on the queen. All of my pieces are coming into action. Coming into the spotlights. Like, I believe that a queen move here is kind of mandatory to get it off of this. Yeah, that's not good. I think that my opponent thought I was going to take here, and he was going to be able to take back and saving his queen. But the move that I'm actually going to play is knight to f6, with the idea that the only way to defend it is to take it with the bishop or the knight. And then I'm going to end up taking the queen here, like this. And now it's a question of, do you want do you want to take my rook or do you want to take my bishop? Obviously, you'll take the bishop. Now we have to kind of consolidate here a little bit. And what I mean by consolidate means, I mean that I don't want to give up anything as far as piece-wise is concerned, or positional. So I see that this piece is this pawn over here is hanging, so I'm going to go ahead. I'm thinking about pushing it. I'm also thinking about what other moves my opponent has to gain tempo. Obviously, this bishop is not as well protected. If I were to go back, and we're going to check this after the game, but I guarantee you that the computer has either some crazy move or probably a move like this to play first. Yeah, just like this move. And now now that I have that kind of understood, I don't think that they were really threatening that to begin with, because I had this pawn capture. But I really didn't have a follow-up to it either. So, well, it really wasn't. It wasn't hanging, I guess, technically, because my knight is here, or my king is here. But yeah, I don't know. Maybe I hallucinated. Okay, so now I'm thinking just push, and then taking, or taking this way. This comes with the threat of just taking here as well. Yeah, it's tough to play in this kind of position. Okay, so he does move, but now we have this move with check. And then a good question, which is if he blocks, or he attempts to block, then we have this move. So he has to kind of move to the corner, at which point we take the bishop with check. He moves back. Yeah. It's a tough spot to be in. So let's go to the analysis board. So we're just going to take a look at this. Yep, this is just best. Go forward. Okay. Yeah, this is what I was talking about before, is that this just seems like a natural move. And a lot of tactics you're kicking this knight away to begin with, and the question is put immediately onto the knight. Okay, well, where are you gonna go? Yeah, you're gonna go here. You're gonna go here. You can go here. Either way, the knight wants to be here, so that looks tragic. That looks tragic. Yeah, I'm thinking of. I wonder if this isn't too bad. I guess it's just. I'm just thinking of weird. Oh, okay, yeah, you get to block with the bishop. Okay, just thinking it through. Yeah, just developing and castling. Yeah, just do normal stuff. It says, just do normal stuff. Okay. Yeah, no games found. Okay. And yeah, here it's. I still have an advantage. That's all you want. When you sacrifice, all you want is to still maintain an advantage. That's a good move by the opponent. I wasn't expecting him to play it, so. Ooh, just taking with the rook. Oh my gosh. That's nasty. That's nasty. Alright, so the idea here, for anybody who's watching, the idea here is that I'm threatening the queen, right? Queen's gotta move. Moving here is not good. So really, the queen only has 2 spots to go. Both spots do not prevent me from playing rook to g5. And the problem with that is that once I play rook to g5, the king can't just move to the corner because I have mate, right? So keeping that in mind, when I move the rook here, if he takes with the knight, or my opponent takes with the knight. Oh, what happens on? Okay, so let's try to think this through. What happens on? Let's say that my opponent just plays this. Okay, so this isn't the idea. The idea is just to force everything down the throat. Yeah, and then naughty. What? What do you mean? Oh my god. Okay, so here, yeah. Okay, so yeah, boom. That's mate. Yeah, man. The computers are ruthless. Ruthless. All right. I'm gonna throw my. My plug, my shameless plug on Twitch, into the Discords. I know this is gonna be ridiculous. I don't know how to do it the normal way. Where's my Discord? My Discord's down here. Discord. There we go. Don't mind all of this. I'm gonna still throw this in here. Ta-da! Okay, and back to the game. Shameless plug over. All right, we're up to 1553. Playing against Lyco Soto, or yeah, I think it's Lyco Soto. Lyco Soto. Okay. So I want to play the Benoni. Okay. Am I worried about anything here? Probably not. Okay. So we got development, which is nice. I don't think that they expected me to play c5. They played that really quickly. Okay. So now this. It doesn't work out. I'm sure it doesn't work out. But what if it did? No, it's not going to work out. But what if it did? All right. Here. Cheeky. Because if takes, then queen takes rook. So that's not possible. So here. There's really no way to defend the knight again. So if he misses it. So what's the smart move? What's the plan? I guess there's just no way to defend the knight, right? It's got to... This is going out on a limb, and I'm sure this isn't correct, but I'd still like to take a look at it. I'd still like to humor myself, so to speak. Because this bishop is on... I feel like the bishop's on the wrong side of the... Yeah. So now I was just thinking, like, this move? Probably not correct. Funny moves. Funny moves. This is taken with check. This devastates this side of the board, which is kind of nice. Yeah. Do I want to play this now? Takes. Have I done my due diligence with messing up this side of the board? It does free up my bishop. Yeah, let's try this. And at the very least, I have queen e6 that defends the pawn on Okay. I believe this pawn is hanging. I could be wrong. Okay, let's do it. If this is elaborate theory, then so be it. Okay, so now I need to get my bishop developed. I'm thinking of... Okay, so he wants to play this or this to undermine. Underminer. Okay, so what about this? You kind of well, you didn't undefend it. You did not undefend it. It's got to be this move, though. I just realized this. I just take, right? Yeah. So he's planning on playing this, and this kind of stops that. I like that move. It also kind of prevents me from doing what I want to do, though, which is I want to get this knight or this bishop into play. Oh, you know, I do have like this little in-between move, which is playing this. So let's just we're going to take a quick look at this just to make sure that I'm not losing my mind. So what I just want a castle, really. If here, push, bishop moves somewhere. Let's say bishop moves back, push. Takes, and the king has opened up. I like this. I like this. And again, if he pushes this, I just take with the knight. So on this, this is the sequence, and then all right. So pushes this up and undefends it. My opponent is playing very, very interestingly. Now I have thoughts of like this and this. So he defends it. Here, back, here. I'm thinking about moves like this now. Now I'm starting to threaten all kinds of stuff. Now the aforementioned push. Okay, that I don't think that works out as well as he would like it to. Maybe it does. Let's take a look. I feel like I had the to take. Now, obviously okay. So this has got to be first, right? This is a skewer. This seems decent. Okay. And decided to take the knight instead. Okay. 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 I like. Okay, so now where does my bishop want to be? Um. Do I sacrifice the bishop for all 3 pawns on this side of the board? Why not? Why not? Let's do it. Let's sacrifice. We're going to sacrifice everything. Going to sacrifice the bishop, but we get 3 pawns in the end for it. So now I've got 3 passed pawns, and he just blunders them. He just blunders it. Oh, he blunders it. People blunder. This is cheeky too. So I really want him to. Yeah, this is just bad for my opponent. Yep. We're going to do this. And the reason that I did that is because I didn't want the... Okay. I don't know if he's trying to time me out, to run the clock out on me. Not the best thing to do. Sorry, plugging my phone in. I could at this point just sacrifice. I know that this is probably for the best. Just moving this down. Yeah. We're just gonna play this. Again, get all of my pieces on, all of my pawns on white squares. That way they can't be attacked. Yep, we're gonna do this. Threatening all kinds of stuff. My opponent's starting to run out of moves as well. Let's do this. Kind of tie these down. We're just stopping everything. We just want to prevent everything that's happening in the position from happening on a very basic level. I mean, I do have this move. No, not really. Okay. Yeah, we're just gonna stop everything. We just want to prevent everything from happening. Get the king in here. Put the king on a light square as well. Just go ham. Yeah, this is good. Alright, so going all the way back. Now we can push. Yeah, I'll just go back. Don't need to force anything. This, then... Yep. If this, I just take. And if here... Yeah. I'm just going to do this. Just push the pawns to the end of the board. A pawn on the 6th rank is worth a rook. So I basically have 3 rooks now. Okay. And that's a resignation. Okay. Go back to the analysis board. We played pretty quickly there. There was one move where we spent about 1 minute and 20 seconds on it, which is fine. Yep, that's just a blunder. Okay, so this is best. Okay, nice. That's good to know. Then this is best. Oh, okay. Taking with the knight is better. It makes sense. Yeah, and then this was always a good idea. But I guess picking up the pawn's not bad either. Castles. Yeah, I don't know why A3 is so weird. Just attacking both. I have better moves here, obviously playing in the middle. I just built it up, really. I wanted to play it as smoothly as possible. Yeah, I thought about this as well. I don't think I played it. No, I just took. This, yeah, hits the queen, and I can actually save the knight. That's fine. We will go ahead and pick up all these pawns. And then he blunders a bishop. Yep. And then from there, it's just a matter of making sure that the eval bar doesn't drop any further than what it is. Yeah, that's resigns. Yep. Spent a little less time than we spent a little bit more time than our opponent did overall. Our opponent played pretty evenly. If they had beaten us, that would have been strange. They played really, really solidly, really quickly too. A constant, like, 2 seconds, 10 seconds, 15 seconds. It's interesting. Yep. Did you go by computer? Cross table? PNG? Nah. Okay, we'll just go back. All right. We're gonna go. Moving on. Thank you to everybody who's following. Again, we're going to start e4, and I'll probably switch once we get over 1600. I'll probably switch over to more d4 openings. So we're playing against the Sicilian. And I don't know what I always play against the Sicilian. I really don't know. I guess I'll play what everybody else plays against me. Okay. This seems pretty reasonable so far. I just want to get my bishop out. Castle. I'm just putting as much pressure on as I possibly can. I mean, if he's gonna move this pawn up, then that's fine. Yeah, he's gonna go for it. Okay, so this is dubious to castle in this direction. We're gonna go here. Castling in this direction would be questionable. I like the idea of bringing the knight back. So this is an isolated pawn, isolated queen's pawn, which should be interesting to play against. Okay, so he does castle on that side. That is extraordinary. That's extraordinary. Okay, I don't want to take this knight. I will allow him to take this. My bishop's not really doing too much to begin with. Although I am starting to think of... Now I'm starting to think of taking. Because I do have some interesting moves here now. So like, for instance, this. I'm thinking about ways to... Yeah, I'm playing this because not only is this knight under attack, but also he has ideas of doing this. Now I have plans. I have thoughts. I have schemes. Getting rid of this, I'll take with the... This is with check, too. Okay. So this is with check. I'm going to play this move. I'm actually threatening to trap the rook. Yeah, that's a good move. That's a good move. What do I want to play here? Do I just want to take? Is taking a move? If I push, he takes, I take, he takes, I take. Yeah, I'm down material, but I feel like I have a somewhat playable position, especially with these pieces kind of hung out to dry over here. I also give my bishop some Luft. Luft. Taking is by far the best, I think, here. Yeah. What? Okay, so the idea is takes. Okay, so you're winning it in a different fashion. He's winning the knight in a different fashion. Unless he doesn't want to get rid of it, which is an option. Yeah, I thought that was going to be more his speed. Okay. Okay. With the idea of what here? I think I have this move, right? Attacking this rook in the corner. Again, when you start to attack pieces, think about where they're going to go. And now this move, which forks the queen and the rook. Not as lost now. There's no way for him to trade queens here. I thought about him trading queens to try to keep the advantage. I guess there is this. And then I take. And then he takes back. And then I take here. This drops the pawn. I'm going to have two. I could potentially have two of these little. Oh, okay. So he decides not to go for that. So he's gonna allow me to take this. Right. And then here. I want to do things like this now. I would like to do things like this now. This bishop is interesting. It's powerful. It's just not powerful here. Yeah, it's powerful there. Okay. And I thought this was the best move in this position because I have to defend it. I am thinking about doing stuff like this now. This pawn is hanging, quasi-hanging. Yeah, there's a bunch of interesting thoughts in this position. Okay. Sorry, I'm just looking at my phone, make sure that nobody else was chatting. Good, sit back down. Oh, my charger fell out. Okay. There we go. All right. So the question is, so I just thought of a combination now. So here, the bishop, he wants to protect the bishop, but he has to protect his queen. So something like this, and then this was threatens the bishop and the knight, which is interesting. I like this move. I like this little combination. I think this is the best way to play it. So now the queen is under threat, right? So now we're going to come here with the idea now that I'm threatening to take the bishop with two pieces. I'm also threatening to move this down like this, which is, and I'm also threatening just to win everything. Everything is being infiltrated. Okay. That's okay. I think. Oh, maybe it's not. That's a good move. So he's going to win back the exchange. But at what cost? Actually, I'm not going to pre-move that because I actually have like an in-between move here, which is to take here. This is so tricky. I don't have a mate here, but it is definitely interesting. Okay. Check. Now I'm going to be able to take this knight with tempo. Yeah. Now the queen's pinned. Yeah, that's just a GG. It's a good pin. Good series of moves, good combinations. Yeah. That's going to be it's a good interesting position to look at. So let's see. Sicilian French. Is this the best? No. The best is just to go Maroczy bind style, I guess. Okay, that's interesting. So I played it this way. Ooh. Okay, almost like a Rossalimo. Oh, still wants me to go that direction. Still wants me to go that direction. Still wants me to go that direction. Still, even in this position, it thought about the bishop over here for just a moment like that. Still wants me to go in there. Just so let's take a look at it. Let's see why it's so good. What? Okay. And I guess it's because, oh, you're just holding everything down. Okay. That's interesting. Okay. I gotta remember that for the future. Did I block with the right piece? No, obviously not. That's a good move by the opponent. Yeah. Yep. Yeah, I thought about that too. That's good. Yeah. This is an interesting spot. He could have played this, which I did see. I was just playing on moving back, actually. Oh, I can't. I have to attack the knight. No. What? Am I just losing my knight? I'm just losing my knight, aren't I? Yeah, I'm just losing my knight. That was silly. I just lost my knight. Yeah, then he turned it into him hanging the exchange. Okay, so this is best, which is good. This is best, which is good. That is best, which is good. He played a series of good moves as well. I guess that this all happens in the right order. Yeah, I didn't like that move because of the fact that I get to take the knight with tempo. Come on. Yeah, maybe. Yeah. Okay. We'll go back. I digress. See, anybody chat? Nope. Okay. So we're at 1580. We've got a couple more to go. This is an interesting move. This is almost setting up like a oh gosh, what's the name of this opening? I can't remember. A, B, C, E, F, G, H, I, J, K, L, M, N, P, Q, R, S, T, U. I can't remember. Where you play moves like this. Well, I guess I'm not playing that. Usually it's like this, this, and this. And they play this out to try to get an early d5. I can't remember what the name of that opening is. Okay. So that's an interesting move. We've thought over a minute now. We definitely got to get to moving. Get busy living, as some would say. I mean, he's given me center control. He's playing super fast. I don't mind trading this pawn and then trading queen or the bishops off at all. I want to do things like this and this and this and this and this and this and this. All kinds of stuff. All the arrows. Yep. Let's go ahead and trade. Do I want this here? I probably want this here, don't I? You're going to castle? And then I'm going to play this move. And then I'm going to trade off. Like that. And then I'm going to push my pawn. Yeah, where do I want to put my queen? It's a good question. I guess we can trade queens. Not the biggest fan, but also need to get some pieces out. Attacking this pawn. This looks like the only way to defend it, because you can't push it now. So he's going to attack my pawn. I can defend it, I think. Let's go here. Attack the bishop. Now he's got a light squared bishop, so I want to try to put my pieces on light squares, or on dark squares, I should say. Trying to figure out what happens after. I guess his plan is to take with the rook. Yeah. Yeah, you should always try to keep one pair of rooks on. I'm not exactly sure of the reasoning, but you typically want to put a pair of rooks on. You want to keep a pair of rooks on. This is an interesting move. This is an interesting move. So I played this line specifically because I thought if he takes, which he did, then I get this little lineup of the knights, and then on this move I'm just going to push the pawn. That's an excellent move, I think. I mean, it's still. So it was a trap, basically. If I take the knight now, then he gets this with, and there's no way to save it. There's no way to stop the pawn. Okay. I'm attacking the knight. So I'm going to take this piece first, this pawn first, and then go over here. No, I lost my rook. Yeah, I lost my rook. All right, the question is, can I win this endgame? I'm not sure. I'm not sure if I can win it or not. My opponent is going to do his best to lose it, though. I think that's GG. I think that's game. Because I don't think he can stop my pawn now. Oh, I gotta do something fancy, don't I? Yeah, now I've won. Now it's just a push to the end of the board. I can't remember what the quickest way to mate is. I hope this guy's not. This guy's gonna make me mate though, for sure. All right, well, let's see what I remember. Let's see. I think yeah, I can go here. And here, and then here. I just had to find the right winning combination. Okay. That was definitely a draw at some point. This is the bishop attack. Played it really well. So I was afraid that on this, he's going to play this move. But I guess I forgot that the pawn in the corner is hanging. Good point. This is interesting. It finds a way to keep this. No way. No way. Crap. That would have been a great find if he had found that. Yeah, this is a draw. Dead draw. I hung the rook. And then he hung his knight. The evaluation bar goes from like, what? Me. Yeah, then I played this wrong, obviously. Yeah. It's dead even. Everything is losing. Well, he's only got 4 moves. So I don't know how it's 0 zeros. Yep, and then you do this. And then, yep. You go with the king. You step forward. If he tries to go this way. Oh, you can't do that. Wait, what? Oh, yeah. You gotta step in front. Cheeky. Cheeky. All right. Do another one. Another one. All right. Here we go. Against e4. What should we play? Let's play... Ooh, this guy's 1699. I probably should not have picked the French. I should not have picked the French. Let's see. Okay. We're going to play a very weird line of the French. La France. La France. Okay. All right. Let's move my bishop out of immediate danger. I know that he's going to play really, really strong. And I'm just going to castle. This is an isolated queen's pawn, so we're going to try to play against an isolated queen's pawn center. I'm not quite sure what this was up in the opening. This C4 deal. Interesting. Very interesting. Okay. Yeah, I'm kind of forced to take the knight, which is interesting. I'm also sort of forced to play b6. Okay. Let's go here. I'm okay with him taking my bishop. I'm not so okay with that. Do I have some in between moves here? Like this. Oh, the funny fork. Do I have a funny fork here? No, I don't. I mean, he's just going to give me Tempe. I'll take the Tempe. Yeah. This bishop's weak, but it's hard to target for sure. I don't like this, so I'm gonna play this move. I don't like it. This guy's playing pretty well. 17, almost 1700, 1699. I'm not as fluent in French openings, so I might be handed to me here momentarily. That's a good move. Pinning the knight. Yeah, I don't know what to say about that. You're going to end up taking my knight. But I think I've got a little bit of a... I've got a really dubious move here, but it might be funny. It might be funny. So the idea here is that I'm not actually threatening on anything on the queen side, but if takes, it's the knight is hanging. So he's got to do some... Oh, okay. That's interesting. I'm still not threatening to move the knight, but now I can kind of do this. And allow some interesting play. What? And then your opponents at 1700 play this. What? You had so many good things going for you. So many good things going for you. And you played this? I don't I don't understand. Like, the idea is to just threaten everything, but you just missed that I actually had a piece on that square. I don't know. I'm sorry. Yeah, that's fine. Yeah. Like, I just don't know what to say to that. So now I should probably move my knight to a square that threatens something. This is a funny move. Check. With the idea that if you go back to the corner, this is mate. And if you decide to go this way, this is a fork on the queen. Yeah. Yeah. I mean, there's got to be some trouble here somewhere that we can find ourselves. This looks good. And then here. This no look good. This does not look good for my opponent. I'm kind of glad that we played into an exchange a little bit further. Like c4, I don't know what that was about, but it allowed me to open up the position a little bit. The exchange French can be very, very boring because it's a very closed position with both sides fighting for a lot. Okay, so this has got to be the move, right? Oh. That's an interesting move. That is interesting. This is also interesting. This is so messed up. Because there's no way to protect this bishop with the queen. This knight attacks these two squares, and this knight attacks these two squares. So there's no way to protect the bishop. I don't think he has to go back, but it's interesting play. Okay. Yeah, it was just missed. That's mate, my friend. One of the more important things that I would tell you guys when you're playing is that, hey, what's up, Ramon? Nomar DLL. When you're playing in chess, take your time. Take as much time as you need. Do not play to the speed of your opponent. So at the end of this game, my opponent had 6 minutes, and I had 5 minutes. Don't play to the speed of your opponent. Don't try to. You're not. Although time is definitely a variable in it, don't try to beat him on the clock. If it's a 1 minute game, then yeah, the clock plays a huge factor. But if you have a 10-minute game, there's no reason you should be losing after with less than half of your time gone. So yeah, let's go to the analysis board. So this is an interesting position. It is everything is questionable. That's a blunder. That's a blunder because of this, which my opponent missed, but I should probably play a lot better. So my opponent's just winning until they blundered this. Which wasn't too bad. It was a blunder because they had a huge advantage, but yeah. So they lost their advantage. This was an interesting move. This is a blunder. Yeah. Not much to see here. Yeah, not much to see. Not much to see. All right. So what are we at now? We just broke 1600. All right. So I think I'm going to play a couple more dubious openings. The King's Gambit. The King's Gambit, guys. It's a rare one. It's a rare one. Okay. I can't remember what happens after this. So here, the king just moves over, I think, maybe. Which would be hilarious. But I don't think he can push because it takes. Right. Okay, so let's go here. Yeah. Okay. 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 I don't remember what all the theory is. Lo siento. I can't remember. I don't know. There's so much. I'm sure that this is a move. Or maybe it's not. Strong center for my opponent, which is nice for him. 1645. I mean, it's a strong opponent. Doesn't take the pawn. That's interesting. Okay. I definitely want to do stuff like this now. That's an interesting move. I mean, I want to get my bishop out, my knight out. I want to get castled this way and just attack this side. I want to just obliterate this side of the board. Por favor. S'il vous plaît. This is actually a funny move now that I think about it. I'm thinking about moves like this. Okay. Yeah. Okay. You've got a point. I understand. You've got a point. You got to take my bishop, depriving me of the square that I really want for my knight, which is interesting, to say the least. I think that should I go here? Yeah, I think I gotta go here. I like this move. Okay. Oh, you went there. Okay. Okay. Muy interesante. Yeah, now there's no bishop for you to take. And if you push, then I move the bishop back. Okay. So now, I still need to get my knight out. I need to get my pieces developed. That's the idea. So let's go here and hope that I'm not blundering anything. So now I have a couple of different ideas. So something like this, basically. Okay. When your opponent makes a move like this, it scares you. It just flat out scares you. Why are they sacrificing? What are they sacrificing for? Okay. So the idea is, I shouldn't be able to take that. But now why? Is there a check? There is. Is there a block? Yes, technically. Actually, I could just move up, can't I? So I'm thinking here, here. And I don't want to drop this pawn. That'd be kind of funny. But yeah, here. And then what? Takes? Outlandish. Okay. I have to call his bluff on this a little bit. So I thought about taking here, and that allows this takes. If I go here, I'm going to go here. If here, I'm just going to block. This is interesting. This is interesting. Now I just want to take the knight now, I think. Like, I don't even want to fool around with it. Just take it. Mess up this pawn structure over here. Yeah. So he sees that. I'm going to go ahead and retreat my bishop. Not allow this pawn to push forward. I don't want any tactics coming through for this. That stops me from taking the pawn, which means that he's probably going to move the bishop out. He's going to sacrifice. Yeah, I think that he might try sacrificing on the square again, or maybe playing this move. I'm going to play this to kind of preempt it. I want to do stuff like this and get my pieces developed. Yeah, okay. There's not really a good way to trade the queens off the board. He's connected his rooks. I really need to get my knight active. So I'm thinking about like this kind of movement, or even this. Yeah. Now I'm threatening the pawn, but I'm also threatening moves like this just to get in. I don't think he has a way to... I guess he can move this back. That's probably what he'll do. So on this move, what am I going to do? Oh, he doesn't play it. Okay. So is he just threatening to... Okay, so I think he's just threatening to pile up on this pawn right here. So if I go here, what happens on takes? Takes. 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 Pawn push. No, I can't pawn push because of my knights here. Yeah, this is interesting. My apologies. I'm going to go ahead and blow my nose real quick. Our opponent has left the game, it appears. They didn't like the fact that I blew my nose, apparently. Got a couple of viewers. Thank you very much. I am going to be respectful here and see if he rejoins, which I believe he has. Okay. So I do kind of want to take the bishop. Thinking about if there's any way to trap the queen, but I don't think there is. I mean, he could have moved the bishop in the last move if he really wanted to. So he must feel like this is a good trade for him. I don't know that I would agree, but I don't know what much else he would do. So I'm going to start developing my pieces up a little bit. I want to get my queen more centralized. I'm not afraid of this move because I have this move. Also, that blocks in their queen. That would be a terrible move. I have to constantly be thinking about, okay, it's an interesting move. Stopping me from using the knight. Pinning the knight, basically. This doesn't work because I can just take. Interesting position. Yeah, if you guys, I think that I might call this the last 10-minute, and then what I'll end up doing is playing viewers or playing followers. So that's a pretty good move. Yeah, I did think about that. Yeah. I mean, it's a good question. I'm up a piece. I'd be up 2 pieces and a rook for the queen. I think that for entertainment purposes, I have to do this. Purely for entertainment purposes. And then again, purely for entertainment purposes, I have to sacrifice this bishop. Okay, so it's not a sacrifice. The bishop can't be sacrificed now. That's so messed up. Okay, so okay, what do I do from here? I feel like I should be doing this. All my pieces are kind of really harmonious. Like in the moment, at least. Everything is kind of protecting everything. In a weird way. Let's go here. I don't think I'm blundering anything specifically. Targeting this pawn. Okay. Interesting. So he's just transferred the king over to the other side of the board. Opponent's not yeah. He's not resigning. He's doing a good job. He's keeping up the pace. I want to do stuff like this. Yeah. I mean, that's a good question. Do I want to take this? Is the question. Ah, crap. Opponent's playing like a madman now. Interesting. Muy interesante. Yep. Okay. It's not an easy position to play, for sure. Opponent's just blitzing out moves now. Interesting, though. He went away and he came back with a newfound confidence. He's probably winning this endgame. Maybe not. Probably, though. 3 pieces for the... No, maybe not. Maybe not. Oh, did I... Yeah, this... Well... Yes, and then takes, and then... Here, and then... Yeah, interesting. Indubitably. Now he's picked up the pace. Yeah, it's interesting. Came back with a renewed sense of purpose there for that last game. Yeah, I don't know. I don't know the King's Gambit as well as I should. My apologies to everybody who was watching that. Yeah, just put myself in a slightly better position. Yeah. Let's see where his... He had a long think somewhere. Hold on. Yeah, hold on. Where are we? So yeah, I played this move. And then he played here. And then he took. And then I played here. And then he thought for a long time. Because he disconnected, I think. I played the best moves. That's nice. Good to know. That's not the best. I wonder if... Okay, so he plays... So it likes either one of those moves. Okay. Hey, he was just blitzing these moves out. That's weird. Yeah. Still managed to win it. Yeah, and then there you go. I'm still winning in the end game, which is good. Yeah. Oh, this fork in the end. This is constantly hanging. This rook, this knight move. Interesting. Does anybody want to play against me? Anybody who's viewing? I'm gonna go pick up the phone real quick, and I'll play in any variation that you want, whether that's anti-chess or regular chess, or you want to play a 1 minute game or 3 minute game, 5 minute game. Kind of opening up the door. And if I don't, then I'm going to continue the course guide to 2400 if I can get there. All right, we're just going to go straight into some more 10-0 and see about grinding our way to 2400. Okay. I'm still going to play some some e4. I still like the idea of playing some e4. Seeing if we can catch anybody out on some interesting things. Yeah, okay. So we're going to play anybody who's watched Eric Rosen. We're going to be playing a reverse. This is called a reverse Stafford. That's an interesting move. I don't think I've ever seen that move before. So what happens after this move? Here. Here. I guess nothing. So this looks odd. Should I just take this? Maybe I should just take this, guys. So I'm thinking of, and this is a long think. Here, then here, then here. Then here, castles, takes, rook over. bishop. That doesn't work. All right, let's try this. I don't know if it works. But the idea is if he takes here, I take the queen with check. He takes back, and I take here with the fork on the rook. Yeah. So I saw this. If here, I'm just going to castle. Actually, if... Yeah. This is savage. This is straight savage. Yeah. Then I'm threatening the rook in the corner. There's not a really good way to save it. This played out in our favor, which is really good. Yeah, I'm okay with... I'm just going to castle. There's no use in trying to make things more difficult than they already are. Just castle, get the rooks developed, bring them out. I'm thinking of bishop here, rook over, this mate. There's this mate. Okay, yep, we'll pin it. Yeah, this is standard. Standard moves. He did that so that the rook can come over, I think. Yeah. But the problem is that I think that I have this move. So on takes, and then takes. Yeah. I think that works out. I'm also still threatening stuff like this if he doesn't. So we're just going to pre-move this. Yep. And then I should probably do this. And if he goes for my... Okay, so he didn't go for my bishop. Let's go ahead and do this. I really want him to play... If he plays this move, I'm just going to play here, which is really cheeky. So that doesn't prevent this move. Or this move. Yeah, and now I'm actually threatening to take the knight. Yeah, and that's a GG. That's a GG. Our opponent's going to do the obligatory walk of shame. Yeah, I'm just going to push the pawns. All right, and a rematch? No. Okay, good. All right, so let's go to the analysis board. Let's see what it says. Okay, so this is a reverse Stafford, also known as the Boden-Kaiseritsky Gambit. And this is, okay, so this is a blunder because I can take it. Okay. Okay. I should have just taken it, yeah. What was I afraid of? I think I was afraid of, like... okay. That doesn't work. Yeah, that's just bad overall, yeah. And then here, then castles. And castles. Yeah. I'm just crushing this game. Alright. On to the next one. Swapnil Patel. Swapnil Patel 519 1627. Gonna have 10 seconds to play. We're gonna play another one. Another one. All right. Go e4. Let's go. Let's go e4. E4, e4. Going sharp. Got another opponent who is away from the keyboard. Don't know what's going on. Asleep at the wheel. All right, that's another one that's aborted. Let's go. Let's find another. All right. We are going to play... Let's see if they'll play the actual... What is this? I think this is the Scotch. I'm not sure. I'm sorry. Okay, so you took 2 pawns. Don't get greedy. Don't take the 3rd pawn. There's just no need. You're just helping them develop. So, in the meantime, what are we going to do? We want to develop as well. So let's go ahead and start developing. Okay. So now we have just as many pieces developed as they do, which is good, because we're up a pawn. I gotta be a little careful, because this pawn is a little tender. They're going to allow me to mess up this pawn structure. Okay. Kind of want to do this. Let's do this first, and then we'll push. They're building some tepid pressure here. Timid? I don't know. It's coming to a boiling point. Okay, so I think that this is a blunder. I think that this is a blunder because of this takes, then here with check. So I'm actually going to prevent that by going here first. That way I can do this, because I'd like to do this. Do this. I like the idea of... Okay, so they're preventing me from doing what I want, but in a really weird way. Which is, I want to put my knight here, but now it's covered by 2 pieces. So now I'm thinking about like moves. If he doesn't kick my bishop away. What? Okay. What do I want to do about that? I think I'm going to do this because I really need to get castled. If he takes here, I'm okay with taking back. Okay, let's go. Yeah. And then even if he takes with the bishop, I'm okay because... Well, if he takes with the bishop, then it's funny because I actually have this little in-between move. Yeah. Where I can take this instead. Or can I? I actually can't take this bishop back. Because then this is check. He might see that he can take here. If he takes here, I'm going to castle. Yep, I'll castle then. Then he's probably going to bring one of the rooks over. I think this one would be better. Yep. Do I want to go here? That looks normal. I'm not threatening anything yet. So I lost the exchange, but my opponent has some weaknesses. I hope they're not watching, but something like this would be good. And then I'll probably do this. Okay, so they miss it. Okay, so let's go here. Yeah, and then from here I should probably... I really need to get my rook developed more into the game. He's got weaknesses, but now I'm down in exchange. Up slightly on the clock. He's playing a really good game here. So he wants to get rid of my rook. Can't say that's a bad thing. Okay. opponent's played this really, really well. I really want to move out of the way for quite a few things. I want to protect this square with my knight, but I can't. Not practically, at least. That's a really interesting move, but it doesn't work. So wait, how long has his knight been? How long has his rook been hanging? He just hung his rook. And I didn't catch it until just now. Wow. What the heck? What do heck? Alright, now I just gotta make sure that there's no tricks with, yeah. We just gotta make sure there's no tricks with, repetition. With checks and stuff like that. I've got the slightly better end of it now. To trickier position for him than it is for me. Yeah, he saw it here, but he didn't see that the knight takes queen. I was getting crushed that game. Absolutely crushed that game. So this is the Danish gambit, and then what is this called? Somebody knows, I'm sure. It's another type of gambit, but I can't remember what it is. I'm supposed to take the pawn, but c takes b2 is what? Okay. Queen takes is most common. What about all Lichess? Okay. Yeah, this score is really high for white. C takes B2 is the most common. People get in trouble though. Yeah. Yeah, I think that my knight would have been better served over on the king side of the board. I think that's where it belongs, so. Yep. All right. Fantastic. All right, and with that, getting up to 1648, almost to 1650. I'm going to go ahead and leave it at that, and then the next time that I get on, I'll do I'll probably play more in the vein of what I would normally play, my normal opening repertoire, what I feel comfortable with. So, but yeah, for now that's going to be it. Thank you so much for joining me. I appreciate it. And you guys have a wonderful night. Thank you very much for everybody who watched and who's following, helping me get to 50 followers. And yeah, have a good night, guys.